So we're calculating the area of a triangle, and this time we're going to use the side angle side method. And we really use this method when you can't identify a regular base and a regular height, and if you have a side, an angle, and another side. Especially if that angle is in between those two side measurements that you're given, like here. So usually it's a little bit confusing to identify which side you should use. For example, I could throw something over here and say 8 centimeters. But notice it says side, angle, side. So I must be using two sides. If you look at it, side, angle, side. They're all basically together. This one is all the way away from it. And what I use to help me to understand which ones I should use, I use the eyeball method. So what that really is, you look for an eye, an eyeball, which is the angle, and every eye must have eyelashes on it. So it have the top eyelashes right there, and it has the bottom eyelashes right here. So I know definitely that I'm going to be using AB as one side, AC as the next side, and this angle of 30, which is angle A. So how do we go about calculating the area of such a triangle? Easy. So the area of a triangle T, which is ABC, is A times B times sine angle C divided by 2. Now this AB sine C thing can get a little weird. So the A is the length that you have on your eyelash. It could be a top eyelash or a bottom eyelash. It doesn't matter. The B is also the next length that you have on the triangle on the eyeball. Could either be the top eyelash or the bottom eyelash. And your C is going to be the angle that the eyelashes are on your eyeball, so to speak. Now, I need to identify where is my A, my B, and my C. So I'm just going to label it for my purposes. So I'm going to label this as A. That's my eyelash. I'm going to label this as B. That's my next eyelash. And C really is going to be my A, my 30 inside of there. So now what I'm going to do is to substitute the values of A, B, and C. So A we said was 7 centimeters. B we said was 5 centimeters. And C we said that we're going to use times sine C, and our C was going to be our angle, which is 30 degrees. Following my formula, I'm going to divide that all by 2. Right? So 7 times 5 is 35. And this is centimeter times centimeter, give me centimeter squared. I'm going to times that by sine 30 degrees. And I'm going to put it all over 2. There we go. And when I put 35 times sine 30 degrees, all divided by 2 in my calculator, I end up getting 8.75 centimeters squared. So here I have a triangle. And triangles get its name from having 3 angles. In this triangle, we have angle A, angle B, and angle C. Good. Now, if I was supposed to take this triangle up and basically cut off its angles, I'm going to cut off C here. Good. I'm going to cut off A and cut off B. So I just cut them up. Right? Suppose now I was supposed to arrange the angles. Let's see what happens. I have B there and I have A there, and I'm throwing on C on it this way. If I arrange the angles together, put them like that, notice that we get a straight line, right? A straight line. See, all the angles are together, just like that. And when I hold it now, we end up getting a straight line. So we know that all straight lines add up to 180 degrees. And if all the three angles in a triangle together, put together, form a straight line, if all the three angles together put together form a straight line, it means that all the angles inside of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C must be equal to 180 degrees. So if I said that angle A was 50 degrees and angle B was 100 degrees, what should be the size of angle C? Well, if I know and I just proved that all three angles together add up and give me 180 degrees, if I carry these across the equal sign and change the sign, of course, I'm supposed to find out what the value of angle C is. Let's look at it. So 180 degrees, I can simplify here. 50 plus 100 will give me 150 degrees plus my angle C, right? If I'm going to carry this portion across the equal sign, I will have angle C left by itself, and if I'm carrying this, the sign will change to negative. So I'm going to have 180 degrees minus 150 degrees. So 180 degrees minus 150 degrees should be equal to the size of angle C. So angle C must be equal to the difference, which is 30 degrees. Now, if I'm supposed to put this in my calculator just to check, to ensure that all the angles add up together to give me 180 degrees, I'm going to show you what it looks like. First, I'm going to go to my calculator, and then I'm going to try it. The 50 plus 100 for the B plus my 30 for the C will give me, voila, 180 degrees. So I can find the missing angle inside of a triangle by subtracting from 180 the sum of the two known angles. This question. We're asked to find the area of this triangle MFG. And notice we don't see any base or any height, and we can't spot the 90-degree angle. But we can see some angles inside there, the eyeball, and we can see the eyelashes. When I look, I only see that these two sides have measurements. So it must mean that these are the two sides I'm going to use. So these must be my eyelashes. And remember, the eyelashes must be on the eyeball. This is an eyeball, but there's no lash on it down here. This is an eyeball, but there's no lash on it down there. But there are lashes here and lashes here. So it means that my eyeball that I'm interested for must be here. Now remember from the previous video that angles in a triangle sum to 180 degrees. So I know that this 41 degrees plus this 72 degrees plus, I'm going to call it x for now, plus x degrees must be equal to 180 degrees. Now I need to find the size of my eyeball in terms of degrees. What do? 180 degrees, following the formula. 41 plus 72 will give me 3. 1 and 2 give me 3. 7 and 4 will give me 11. So 113 degrees plus x degrees. Now to find x on its own, I need to get rid of this positive 113 degrees. So I'm going to carry it across the equal sign, and the sign will change from positive to negative. So I'm going to have 180 degrees take away 113 degrees. And that will give me x all alone. So 180 degrees take away 113 degrees must give me x degrees. When I find my calculator, I'm going to put in that and show what exactly I get. Here it is. 180 take away 113 gives me 67 degrees. So it must mean that the size of angle x is 67 degrees. So I know my eyeball measurements. It's going to be 8 centimeters, 3 centimeters, and my x, which I just found, which is my 67 degrees. Now remember, when we're using the side angle side method, we use a different formula. And the formula that we use is area of triangle is equal to A times B times sine C all over 2. Now I have to look and label my A and my B. And remember, my A and my B is my eyelashes. So I'm going to say this is going to be my A, this is going to be my B, and there's my eyeball inside. So now I'm replacing the letter A with the actual measurement of A, which is 8 centimeters. I'm putting them in brackets to show that I'm replacing them. I'm replacing B with the value of B, which is my 3 centimeters. Putting them in brackets to show that I'm replacing them. Following my formula comes x or times sine angle C. And the angle C is my eyeball. Where is my eyeball? X, and we calculated x to be 67 degrees. Following my formula, I'm dividing it all by 2. 8 times 3 gives me 24. Centimeter times centimeter gives me centimeter squared. And I'm multiplying that by sine 67 degrees, and I'm dividing everything by 2. This is where I need my calculator, my scientific calculator. Let me find it. So here it is. So I'm writing exactly what my formula tells me. 24, there we go, times sine 67. Sine 67, and I'm going to get that. But am I finished? No, I need to divide by 2. So I'm going to divide my answer by 2, and I'm going to get 11.046. So see, I get my area is going to be equal to 11.046. And if I'm rounding this to 2 decimal place, I look for 2 digits after the decimal point, which would have been 1, 2, and then I'm going to look at this number here. Good. When I find this number, I have to assess if it's 5 or more, or if it's less than 5. 6 is greater than 5, right? So what I'm going to do is to add 1 to the digit that comes exactly before, right? 4 plus 1 is 5, and I'm going to keep back all the other digits that came. So the area of my triangle is 11.05 centimeters squared to 2 decimal places. And as simple as that.